My Tempest lost his life instantly. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning. What about your horse? I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate.
Ooh, that sucks.
Someone set his mane and
Well,
tail.
hello everyone, this is Karsten. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We're kind of dealing with the aftermath of an assault on Raborsh, from which von Bergov attacked us with other folks from Prague. So we are about to go up and speak to Samuel, who turns out to be our half-brother, sort of. Kinda, not really half-brother. Like, my adoptive father's actual son. You know how it goes. And then we're probably going to be rushing off to protect the Jewish quarter of Kuttenberg fairly shortly thereafter. It kind of feels like the plot is picking up quite significantly. Before I do anything like that, I'm just going to run around looting all the corpses. This is not labeled as stealing, so I have to assume I am legally allowed to do so. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so I've looted almost all of the armed bodies here. I've noted that Jan doesn't want to talk to me, but Hans is willing to talk, and then there's a bunch of staff members around here who have laid out a bunch of the bodies here. And of course, Matilda's dead, Anna's dead, that really sucks. I can't loot her or anything, but these are the staff members and nobles who have died,
Doing our work.
which is very unfortunate.
Doesn't come back. Then we'll have a young one. He's not a little boy anymore.
But yes, as you can see, I'm a little overladen at the moment. My horse can't carry anymore, so I'm gonna have to offload this at some point. Okay. Alright. Let's follow up with good old Hans.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, and Jishka then.
Come on.
Oh no, John.
You know I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berghoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Well, I'm glad he didn't. Von Aulitz surprised even the king. Yeah.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Yep.
Well, not all of us.
Well, you know, most of us.
They
Yeah.
killed Lady Anna of Volstein and many other nobles. It was
Yeah, that
slaughter.
sucks.
And they captured our
That's a
closest
lot of our
and
support. She had
influential
influence
allies.
and money.
Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
Well, we'll figure out how to help them.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine,
Oh, that's
I
fair,
get
that's fair.
overwhelmed.
Yeah, everyone is still a little drunk right now.
Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might.
Oh yes, they're about to attack the Jews.
At Sigismund's council,
Not good.
an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question.
Right?
End up in prison again. You'll be.
I
more
really
useful
don't
to
need you
stay
getting
here
captured
and help
again.
Zizka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
You got it. I'm incredibly overladen with gear,
is a
though. That's the
nightmare.
problem. If I'm immediately riding off to fight, I'm gonna have to offload some of this stuff, or else I can't run around. So what? Oh yeah, what is that Brabant all around?
What do you
all
make of this
about?
Brabant fellow?
He's unquestionably a remarkable knight, that Vakelin. He rambles on a lot, though. My head nearly burst listening to him sometimes.
I mean, he still
Although
put up a
it was
good
better
fight
than
during the
stuff
battle
like
here,
that.
though. I saw him
Otherwise,
doing
he
it.
seems to me like a bold and worldly gentleman, if a little obsessed with wealth.
He thinks a lot of
I
himself.
honestly can't stand him.
Oh,
He's as
okay.
full of tales as an old fishwife, and half of them sound very unlikely indeed.
No one's perfect.
I mean, to be
That's
fair,
why he's
Henry, if you
constantly
told your
chanting.
story, no one would believe
You
it
have to
either.
learn how to shut him up, and ideally not get locked up in one room with him. On the other hand, when Sigismund invaded, he could have easily just stepped aside and kept his nose out of it, and he'd still be sitting pretty in Miskovitz. Instead,
True.
he did the opposite and defended the town. Give him a chance to prove himself. You'll see for yourself.
Fair enough.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Actions speak louder than words. Your captivity.
What happened when von Berghoff hauled you off after the Nabokov battle?
That was so long
It's a
ago. Holy
dreadful
crap.
Journey. Jesus, don't even remind me. It was a bit better in Malashov. Apart from being locked up, of course.
Did anything happen along the
Did
way?
anything happen along the way?
No, but it took ages to get to Malashov. 4 or 5 days in that god-awful cart. I was traveling with Von Owlet's minions. They hauled me in one of the wagons. They treated my wounds a bit, but I was still in a really bad way. After that battle and all.
So in
What
Malashov...
did they do with you in Malashov?
Nothing much.
Yeah, it was
actually.
just
They
in
took care of my
confinement, that's all.
wounds, And then stuck me in a room with Brabant. But they treated
He's still
me
a noble
decently, as
ransom
befits a noble.
target, so...
Von
Yeah.
Berghoff came asking questions a couple of times, but that was about it. Only I almost went mad from being cramped in that damned room. It's a good thing you got me out of there.
Yeah. The room.
Well, what was the problem with the room?
The fact
I
that the
couldn't get
French
out
guy
of
was in there.
You saw yourself when you came for me, didn't you? It's just that since Nabokov...
Oh,
when they shot
true,
the tower
right.
right down on my head and I was stuck there. Well, since then, I don't feel well in cramped spaces. Actually, I never did. I always preferred to be outdoors. But since Nabokov, it's worse than ever. I had a feeling the roof would fall on my head again and I'd be buried alive.
It's a pity you live in a castle then.
I understand. It's a bit awkward for you that the nobility lives in castles.
That's a fact. Once I get my hands on my estates, I'll build a new castle that only has huge rooms and lots of spacious courtyards.
That's
And
fair.
above
You
all,
make it the way you
no
like.
secret
Okay, I think secret passages are
Right.
pretty important.
I'm really looking forward to this new castle. of
You need a
yours.
way to
You
escape
could
if
be the
something happens.
Castellan or something.
Okay,
Don't
sure.
worry, I won't forget you.
You better
I'll
damn
even
not.
have a forge built so you feel right at home.
Hilarious. They never let you out?
They didn't let you out at all. But you were in that room for ages.
No. They let us walk around the fortress a bit. We even went out for a ride twice, but they watched us like hawks. Not a chance of escape. But most of the time we were in that room. Like I say, I'm really glad you got me out of that hole.
It honestly doesn't sound that bad, but sure. What did von Berghoff want?
What did von Berg
Probably
want?
more stuff about John of
Just the
Liechtenstein,
usual
right?
courtesies. The captivity of nobles has to observe certain formalities, you know? It's not like they can just throw you in some hole. They behaved fairly respectfully, but of course he was fishing for information.
Of course.
About Radzig and Hanush, and especially Jobst. What they're planning, how many men they have on the field, who else they're negotiating with, and that.
Well, a good thing you didn't know. What did you tell him?
What did you tell him?
Nothing that he didn't already know. I played as dumb as the village idiot. I only told him they sent us with that message and discussed the rest when we were gone.
And did
True,
he swallow
fair.
it?
I think he suspected I was bluffing a bit, and then he tried to loosen my tongue by letting me go hungry for a while. But he soon gave up when he saw he was getting nothing more from me.
My word. Nice work keeping him at bay. But the main thing is, you're alive and kicking. And back with us.
Indeed. Yep. It's kind of funny to me how a lot of my reactions are just the same as the characters in the game. The words I choose and the phrases they decide to use are one and the same. Oh, hey, Godwin. Doesn't want to talk to me. Fair enough. It makes sense that he'd be administering to the dead, but I definitely didn't see you like 2 minutes ago. Over encumbered. John, talk to me. Oh. Okay, so no new dialogue from before.
Why are the G...
Because I am most...
Yeah, no new information. That's fine, that's fine. I'm a little surprised there's no new information, actually. I didn't realize there was a dead dude in here. I am definitely going to loot you two, since you happen to be here. That's worth money. The bassinet looks really cool, but it's not worth it. Weight to value ratio, so... I'll take those, thank you. Alright, so in we go. Hopefully I have a chest that I can drop off my stuff in, because... this is not going to go over super well, is it? Are there more people down here? Or more corpses down here? Oh, hey! Dry Devil, you're drinking from a wineskin that's just floating. Alright, we could have used your magic out there, sir. Let's fight! Now is not the time.
Look, I can't now, Henry. Stop
Right.
by when I'm at the arena.
I'm very surprised there's no new dialogue about this battle we just survived, but okay, alright. There goes the magic wineskin again. Anyone chilling in the cellars? Oh, what are you doing down here? Oh, having a drink? Well, what happened during the siege of Kuttenberg?
Tell me, how did the siege of Kuttenberg go? Ah, mon ami, poorly. But what could I do? Stand down from leading the defense like a coward? After all, I had to live up to my reputation. And at the time, it did not look hopeless at all. I thought it would be enough to stall Sigismund for a while before the Allied army arrived. And that would not have been so difficult.
Only no army arrived.
Précisément.
Correct.
The hope for a swift end melted away, and the courage of the burghers along with it. I, who fought in 5 countries, was relieved of command, arrested, and handed over to Sigismund.
Wait a minute. You're the French guy who led, what's his name? Who led Ruthard's son to death? Yeah. They said some French guy came by. It was you! I thought you died in that battle, but oh dear. Your attack on the trebuchets failed, though.
I heard your attack on the trebuchets was a disaster.
It is true, but that was not my fault. The curtain burghers blamed me to cover up their own failure. Ces connards. I made the correct decision, but I was given bad intelligence.
They said that it was an easy ploy and you fell for it.
Reported that the trebuchets weren't defended, but they were too cowardly to take a good look from up close. This tragedy would never have happened if it were not for their stupidity and lack of heart. But enough of that. There is no point, as you say, in crying over the spilled milk. One must move forward. In the meantime, however, I can pass on some of my experience to you. After all, I am not getting any younger, so it is time to pass my wisdom on to future generations.
Sure, what can you teach me?
I'd like to learn.
Unfortunately, I cannot right now.
Okay.
Come later,
Alright,
mon ami.
why even bring it up then? What do you think of our band?
What do you think of our band of outcasts?
Well, I cannot say I expected to end up in this kind of company. I am more used to royal courts or at least wealthy burghers. But a man must accept his destiny as it comes.
Okay. How do you get on with Sir Hans?
How do you get on with Sir Hans?
Oh, young Lord Chapon may be inexperienced and hot-headed at times, but he's the one of the few here who knows how to play chess.
Fair enough.
And I have a great respect for chess players. Needless to say, he has not managed to beat me yet. Godwin and Jiska can also play.
Interesting.
And that devil in press clothing beat me. Merde.
Well, what about Godwin
Have you
then?
met Godwin?
The priest who is very skilled with a sword. Priests should not be such good swordsmen. That is what knights like me are for. In addition, he can play chess just as well as he wields a sword. And in drinking wine, he beats even the best Frenchmen. A man of talents. Or perhaps the devil is behind
He is
it.
indeed a man of many talents, very true. What do you think of Zhishka? Again, can you imagine when I played through KCD 1? Like, when I played through that, I had no idea how big a role Godwin would be playing in the future, you know? He was just some guy who barely had anything to do. What do you think of Zhishka?
What do you think of Zhizka?
Le Chevalier Jan. Well, he's not doing badly for a minor nobleman, but I think he will never be accepted among the higher nobles and knights. That takes a lot more. Mark my words. I am a good judge of people.
Right. I mean, he will become a legendary general. I don't know if he ever becomes, like, you know, a noble or anything. Sir Hinek, or rather, Dry Devil.
What do you think of Sir Hinek?
Le Diable Sec. A capable chevalier. But I do not trust him. There is treachery in his eyes.
You
I think he owes us a bit
My
too much for
instinct
that.
rarely lets me down.
Catherine keeps me up at night. Have you even met Catherine? Is Catherine even here? I don't think so.
I can't get Catherine out of
I
my
haven't
head.
seen her here.
I don't understand her. I'm sure you have more experience of love than me. What
Why
do you
love?
make of her? Why she
Why
with
love?
us?
Why mention love? We're not on her
You're
romance
right.
arc.
I am a connoisseur of love like I am of wine. But for my taste, Mademoiselle Catherine is of somewhat age vintage.
Okay, rude.
Though, I have to admit she's full-bodied and fragrant.
That's not really what I meant. Why is a woman like her with us?
Là est la question. I had the feeling something terrible happened to her in the past.
That would not be
So do
surprising.
But what?
How would he know? Why are
have
you
no
interrogating
idea.
him on this? He just met
She's
us.
fond of you, if you ask me. Try asking her, and maybe something will come of it. L'amour.
Okay, I don't want l'amour,
I'm a
okay?
good judge of people, trust me. L'amour.
I'm not interested in that. I want to hear her backstory, but I need to go back to Teresa. What do you think of Kubienka?
What do you think of Kubienka?
A good warrior. But he has no morals and no manners.
I'm literally
Like
here trying to
Boris.
remember who Kubienka even is.
I don't think he cares much about that.
And that is just the problem. How can you trust a man who does not want to be a knight?
Okay, Janosch and Adder make a successful duo, do they?
How do you get on with Janosch and Adder?
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenberg, I also had a servant who pretended.
Oh, you're
not
talking
to
about the
understand
Polish
me
guy, right?
thought
And the
I
sausage
did not
man.
Understand him when he spoke German in my presence. But he was wrong. He is no longer my servant.
Okay, I'm interested in your past.
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life.
Hey,
Tell
Henry
me
can
some
pronounce it
stories.
now, that's good.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Where does the name Brabant come from?
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because I am originally from Brabant province. And the name stuck.
Okay, fair
One
enough.
day, I shall tell you about my place of birth, but I am sure you would long to hear about the conquest of Arezzo, yes? Or would you rather hear how I saved the King of France from certain death?
You've brought that up a whole bunch of times, so I want to know about that. What about the king?
How did you save the King of France?
With Providence as my guide, mon ami. I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory, because, and remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the
Right.
king was in a bad mood and did not wish to be disturbed. Maybe I thought the news of our victory will dispel his ill humor.
How could you tell him if he didn't want to be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him. With
That
the
sounds
joyful
dangerous in
tidings.
many ways,
And
but
lo
sure.
and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor, overcome by one of his fits. Wasting not a moment, I
Oh, he
dashed
was
over to
choking
him
on
and
something?
unblocked
Okay.
his throat, thus saving his life.
So you got lucky. It wasn't
In
like
return,
a battle
the
or
king
anything.
bestowed
Okay.
on me the title of Féchanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service
Cupbearer is
abroad.
largely a ceremonial title, right?
Unfortunately,
From my
no.
understanding.
Even the king's favor does not last forever, and minor mistakes can come to overshadow good deeds.
So what happened exactly? Yeah, what happened at court? I'm nosy.
What happened at court that led to you being out of favor?
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the glorious duel between Le Gris and Carouge?
That sounds nice, but you need to tell me because I want to know what you did.
Tell me what happened at court that caused you to lose favor.
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was the first time that La Dame Chance abandoned me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures. And I bet even your failures make for great stories.
That's a good way to spout it, yes. Good way to
That is
spin it.
certainly
Well done.
true. Very well, then. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt were the worst of all.
Okay. There's so much stuff. Tell me about your misfortune in business.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant province, home to the greatest entrepreneur of all. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for coin and the reputation of a financial expert.
What?
I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain, and also the End of Midas.
Wow.
That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa.
And then
All
what
the
happened? Did the
ships
ship
he bought
sink? Yep.
sank in a tempest. He had
All
to
of the
sell off
ships?
part of his estates
Oof.
to pay off his creditors.
The entire
Of
fleet?
course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every wench from the Pyrenees to Brittany, bragging about it and thus bringing shame on his gentle wife. I told him as much. But some people never admit their mistakes and prefer to blame others.
Of course. Maritime trade is
A
risky,
sea
apparently.
voyage from France to Africa. You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps. But think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness, no?
Fair.
Big ideas often
Also
lead
true,
to big
yeah.
trouble.
Both sides of the
Storms,
coin.
Pirates, sea monsters, uncharted waters.
Sea monsters less
There's a
so, but
disaster
sure.
waiting to happen, Baron. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. That would have been safer. But that is under NCR.
Here's me being like, how does Hans...
There is too
No,
much
not Hans.
competition.
How does Henry know about the Baltic
Africa,
sea
mon ami,
routes?
that
Like,
is the
realistically,
land of
come on.
opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta,
Henry,
and
the
they sell
blacksmith's
to
son?
us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings, cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day I will be proven right.
Okay, sure. What about the hunting incident,
What
then?
was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of a white stag.
That
There
sounds
had long
very rare.
been rumors about it, so imagine the prestige I would have gained by getting it. I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed the hounds to finish it off. When
What?
I arrived, it turned out that
Oof.
my aunt had not killed a stag, but the horse of a lady, a court favorite of the queen's.
Ooh, not
I
good.
fell out of her favor, and all the doors became closed to me.
Well, you killed her favorite horse. Huh! I think this would offend him a bit too much, so...
You were damned unlucky. But that could have happened to anyone, couldn't it?
Surely.
Right.
Surely.
I'm glad you are sensible enough to agree with me. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone,
Right, yep,
would make
of course,
lesser men
anyone.
roll with Lothar.
Totally not an idiot.
But the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were waiting for a chance to get rid of me. And that chance came along, unfortunately.
Right. You do seem like a bit of an idiot to me, to be honest, but tell me about the Battle of Arezzo.
Arezzo sounds interesting.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one of the cavalry units. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand sent
Wouldn't
me
you
to
be
hold them
supposed
back,
like wouldn't
so
you be aware of
our
them
main
coming?
force
Shouldn't
could
you be
regroup.
aware?
But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge and sped forwards.
Wasn't that rather risky?
This
And
guy's
should
big
I
on
be
risk,
Français?
clearly.
Fears nothing.
I reckon King Sigismund would think otherwise after Constantinople.
That was completely different.
Was it?
Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reserves. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join
You're
me,
basically Leroy
scattering
Jenkins,
everything
is what you're telling
in
me.
their path.
Got it. Don't
And
put
that
you in
is
charge
how
of
we won
anything.
the famous victory
Because
at
you did the
Arezzo.
same thing with the
Seeing
trebuchets.
that the force
And
that
it didn't
was
work
supposed
out.
to protect them had
And
been
you
routed.
blindly rushed
The
forward with
city
the
then
stag, which was the
surrendered to
wrong
us.
move.
No
Yep.
doubt you
Okay.
had no inkling at Maréchaussee what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course, my feats on the field of battle do not end there.
Okay, definitely do not put him in charge of anything. It's an unusual maneuver.
Bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, Audantes Fortuna Juva.
Chapon, okay.
That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander.
Yeah, you left the
and
flank
your
exposed.
flank
That was on you.
exposed.
You should have
Your
known
attack
better.
could have ended
You
in a
shouldn't even have been
total
attacked in the first
fiasco.
place. Or
You
been
were
caught
lucky the
off
others came
guard.
to your assistance,
Yeah.
and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear thee speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So...
That's what I was
can
thinking
forgive
too.
you.
I was like, how did
Short
enemies appear
opportunity
out of
took
nowhere
it.
on your flank?
Moments
That's
like
not
that
possible.
Can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
I reckon he wanted to get you out.
Yeah,
of his
just
hair.
literally get out of
Do not
here.
talk no sense.
Oh dear. So that's how you ended up in France, and then you climbed in through the window to the king, got lucky there, and then did a bunch of other stuff that got you kicked out. Alright. Got it. You have any other tales from the battlefield?
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you about my second greatest feat.
And what's
On the
that?
Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood.
I don't know who that is,
ruthless
sorry.
Englishman,
I might have to
and
look them up.
a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence put an idea in my mind.
Let me guess. You'll rush in a surprise attack on your own, like a madman, just like how you've done everything else at this point. Did you set up some kind of trap?
Did you set some kind of trap?
You could say so.
Okay.
Unobserved, I mounted my horse and set off to find help. And, La Dame Chance was exceedingly kind to me that day. As I rode away, by chance, I stepped it off of our horses. Thinking we were trying to break through, Les Anglais went to head them off.
Okay.
But while the English were occupied with Mycenae, our units managed to flee.
So you were just lucky.
I saved many.
You were
men
Jar
from
Jar
certain
Binks.
death that night, and
But
many
full
lords
of
from the
but full of
disgrace
himself,
capture.
right? Okay.
Needless to say, I was generously rewarded for my valor.
That is genuinely incredible.
That is indeed incredible. But you were just trying to flee, weren't you?
Yes, he was trying to get away.
Bring reinforcements.
Of course
but
you
as
were.
I say, I merely follow Providence, and she guides my steps from triumph to triumph, wherever I go. Stick close to me, Henri, and Providence will favor you too.
Seems legit. I'd love to hear about a famous duel.
Lockery and Cargouche. Sounds like a pair of jesters.
En aucun cas. Jacques le Gris and Jean de Carouge. There's two great knights were in a legal dispute over an estate. But above all, when de Carouge was on a campaign, Le Gris fornicated with his wife.
Okay, that's rough.
She claimed that he had raped her, while
course,
he said
okay.
she had seduced him.
Right.
And because everyone swore to their own truth on the Bible, the matter had to be settled by combat.
And how did that
First,
go?
they
How did you
just-
get involved in it then?
Then they fought on foot with sword and axe. Le Gris thought victory was in his grasp, but de Carouge suddenly pounced on him, wrested him to the ground, and beat him so terribly that he knocked off his helmet and cuirass. Even so, Le Gris refused to admit his guilt, and de Carouge drove a dagger through his neck. And if you promise not to tell, I will let you into a secret about that dagger.
Okay, sure. Tell me.
Tell me the secret. I promise I'll keep it to myself.
He sounds so eager.
As I say, de Carouge killed Le Gris with a dagger. And I found that dagger in the mud after the duel. A blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. The dagger that ended the last trial by combat France ever witnessed. An item of great value.
Okay, if you say so.
I had several copies made and sold them to rich French noblemen.
Wait, so you're a scammer?
That is how I first came into wealth. And I used the coin to buy the horse and armor I needed to set off in pursuit of glory in battle.
Wait. So you're a scammer. You got money by profiteer, like, you know, with fraud, basically. And then that gave you the opportunity to ride off into the various battles in which you bumbled around like an idiot and got lucky. You live a very blessed life, sir. That's fraud.
That's fraud.
You need to be more enterprising, mon ami. Where you see fraud, I saw an opportunity.
I'm starting to really
It
dislike
was
this
one
guy.
of the greatest things I ever saw, and I have seen a lot. Believe me. Half of France
Sounds like
came
it.
to watch, including the king himself, who then banned trial by combat in France forever. I later told the story to anyone who was interested. One of my listeners, a certain Froissart, wrote my icon down and became famous.
I wonder if that's
I
a
could
historical
have
name
written
too.
it myself, of course, but I am happy to help others find success.
Can you actually read and write? I'm starting to doubt that too. You're not really a nobleman. You just became powerful because of luck, basically, and fraud. Tell me about Brabant.
Tell me about Brabant province. Is it far from here?
Quite far. From Bohemia, you would go to Bamberg and then follow the river Main until it joins the Rhone. Then you sail down the Rhone until it reaches the sea. And there, between the river and La Flandre, you will find Brabant, with its wealthy cities. Anvers, Bruxelles, Louvain, and many others. But those three cities are the equal of Paris, Rome, or your Prague. Both the Dukes of Burgundy and the Imperial Princes would like to annex our land to theirs, because its flourishing trade has made it rich. But like everywhere else, you can only come into wealth by birth or by enterprise, which is how I did it.
Right. How did you end up in Bohemia?
How did you end up here?
Leaving the court with a modest sum, I launched to visit faraway lands. I traveled a lot, spending time in various countries, and having many great adventures. When I learned that l'Empereur Charles, that great friend of France, had built the magnificent city of Prague in Bohème, I had to see it.
So people in foreign countries speak highly of Prague?
Bien sûr! It was abroad that I heard of King Wenceslas' silver city and its reputed vast wealth. I bought the abandoned Miskowitz estates and shares in the Kuttenberg mines.
Okay.
And for a time I settled here to provide for myself and wait for King Wenceslas, whom I wished to serve. But even here fate did not let me be. When Sigismund brought his army to the city, I appointed myself to lead its defense. For how better to make King Wenceslas aware of me than by saving his beloved city? Victory was assured, but the burghers had other ideas. The city was handed over to the enemy, and I with it, stripped of my possessions. I languished in captivity, until fate again stepped in by sending you to Malishov.
Okay, well, you speak our language very well.
Sir Vaclin, I'm surprised how well you speak our language. Where did you learn it?
Where do you think? Here, of course. Ce n'était même pas difficile. Perhaps I have already mentioned that I am guided by Providence. She endowed me with many talents, mastery of language among them. I can communicate almost everywhere in a word, and learn every new tongue in a trice. I now speak French, German, Italian, Latin, Hungarian, and Czech. Some English, though that is only a necessary evil.
Thanks for sharing your stories with me, Sir Vaclin.
You're an interesting man. I don't like you. Alright, well. Let's go back upstairs. I was not aware that I would be locking myself into like a 20-minute conversation there, but here we are. Alright. Do I know who you people are?
I don't think they heard you.
Generic nobles, sure.
Pull yourselves together, damn it, and prove that this alliance isn't just a farce.
It's easy for you to say. Your fortress is safe, far away from Kuttenberg.
So what? Any one of us could have come to a bad end.
True.
I think it'd be best to get out of here as fast as we can.
No, how about not? How about you don't, how about you don't abandon us after one attack?
Statement. The dead are scattered outside. There are crows circling overhead. The tower is still smoking. And you want to run away.
Shout it even louder.
Okay, we're back here.
Here, lots of people knew about the meeting.
Oh, they're thinking about... They're thinking about, a traitor, huh? Okay.
End up on the gallows in 2 shakes.
So, you think Odorin, Rutard, and Bocce?
I don't think anything. Let them live. So they must have something.
Could be a
bad.
public
I
execution.
knew it was going to be tough here, but I didn't expect you were staring death
Yeah.
in the
They
face.
could be
I don't think
made an
any of us
example
could
of, which is
stand
problematic.
it. They must have been surprised too. They were only going after Odorin.
Shout it even
Devil
louder.
knows what they were
I don't
after.
think they heard you in the court.
Okay, now we're caught up to that conversation. Okay. Let's keep moving. Please tell me you have a chest for me to conveniently drop my stuff into. That'd be so nice. Sorry, I thought that guy was doing a sit-up for a moment. I was like, wow, you're energetic.
Thank God for small mercies. Otherwise, Rabosh would be left without a law.
No one knows where they took Order and the others. Don't mourn just yet.
Did I say anything like that?
Young Sir Christopher came out of it badly.
But he's alive.
He'll live,
Exactly.
He should. He was covered in blood, but most of it probably wasn't his.
Thank God.
Okay, and now we're caught up. Wonderful. I'm going to walk into this other room before going anywhere else. Just various shields. Lord Rutard Knight Shield. Kind of want that. Okay, it's probably not better than what I already had, but, you know, I'll take it anyway. Unlock and open. Would this be rude? I have the keys to this, but would this be stealing? It's probably not worth it to take this. Yeah, it's robbing. Okay. Servant Dasha. There's Christopher Odorin. Can I actually help out in any way? I cannot. Okay. Well, the good news is he's alive. That's the most important part of all this. And then Random Guard, Helena of Dvorets. I'm glad you guys survived for the most part. Random Guard. Noble, Christina of Nozitz. Guard. Okay. Well, we're caught up. Hello, folks.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
Yeah, it's pretty important to get it out of the way.
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why?
Indeed.
Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword?
Ah, I did notice that. Yes, yes.
I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What?
So we're kind of like stepbrothers.
Son? How
but not related in any way. Yeah.
His son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? We look the same age.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
And what does that make us then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine have a sense of
Yeah,
humor.
but I consider you my stepbrother.
All my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
Fair enough. I'll tell you about him some other time.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now.
Yeah, we've got a few things to worry about.
Confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
But we've got to go and defend your people. What's a Gezer?
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
Nothing changes
this
in
is
centuries,
what we
does
were
it?
afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out, quick, before it begins. Will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
Absolutely, I'm going. Is that even a question?
Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
But please, someone give me a chest to drop my
We
stuff
should
off
get
into, please.
going right away.
Well, give me a moment. I can't even say give me a moment. I'm just gonna have to do this campaign completely weighed down, or I'm gonna have to drop all my loot if there's like a time-sensitive thing.
Let's not waste time.
Well, off we go. Would have been nice to give me a
Thank God you are
a stop at
alive.
an inn or something.
On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka, what brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course, I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean.
No, I know.
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have
I'm
the
assuming
time.
the conversation I had with
Easy,
Brabant was meant for when he
Ingrid.
was actually with us
And
over
you,
at the
sir,
Devil's Pack,
if
Devil's
you
Den.
can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you
Because
please
he
tell me
knew
what
way
the
too much
fuck
about the
is
other
going
party
on?
members without actually
I'll
having met
explain
them
to you
yet.
on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
You don't even have armor. Is that a good idea?
Do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but you're no great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not.
Oh, then
just
to
going
be
sit
fair,
here and
they
wait
did
either.
defend him, right? They hid him away and everything. He's worked
Let's go.
closely with them. It makes sense. Okay, get on a wagon to Kuttenberg. Will do. You want to let me on? Or... Yes, mount. We'll do it. No rest for the wicked, huh? We're not going to get any sleep tonight. Maybe I should down a potion. A performance enhancer if we're going to get into another battle. What can I down? Is there anything that'll give me a lot of extra strength so I can carry more? Probably not enough to carry as much as I've got on me, though. What do I want? Maybe Henry's Buck's Blood. No, that's just stamina. Esau... I swear there was something. Artemisia. Yeah, Artemisia is what I want. But I don't have any Henry's Artemisia. That's annoying. Only 10 minutes, but I think it's worth drinking. Okay. That'll have to do for now. Some extra strength so I'll kill people faster.
Can we go any faster?
We can barely hear you, sir.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Oh, sorry.
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Don't worry, a lot of people are ailed up right now.
That's great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Let's reassure him.
We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
Yes.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
Who is that just sitting there?
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
We could fast travel, but I want to ask questions.
How...
Yeah, please, tell me a bit more.
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
We've got nothing better to
The
do.
last chance we get.
True.
We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi.
His daughter?
Obviously, she could not marry a goy. If you want, Mummy will surely tell you more.
If she's
we can
alive.
Get there in time. What was he like? I mean, Martin.
He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Whip those fucking horses.
Alright, off we go. That's all of our conversation we're gonna get. That's a heck of a ride, actually, huh? I never thought about that. Wow. We really moved a distance, didn't we? And now we're on the outskirts.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town.
I've used this one
One
before.
of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
Well, thank goodness that Hans isn't here with us.
I would be happier if we could do without it.
We all would land, but has been decided.
It's been decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to these people?
I want stuff. Look at all this free food and salt and stuff. But I'm already overweight.
killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing, I'm just
Oh.
blubbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir?
He's talking about
Ignore me
Jesus?
and be
Alright.
glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up, little kurva. My arse is getting numb.
Yeah, not stellar. Don't say that stuff again, Kubienka. I appreciate John. John's got a good head on his shoulders. I wasn't sure about him because he seemed like the spy master type, you know. But so far so good. Can we hurry it up? Hurry it up though, please. At any point we can hurry up. If you weren't drunk, that'd be great. Everyone's drunk. I mean, at least John's recovered, but yeah, I'm overweight by 200 pounds. It's not stellar. And there's no way for me to get rid of it. So. Alright, point the way. Where are we going? Come on.
If they manage to get all the way here, it is all over.
No, I think I must have just imagined it.
Are we about to get attacked? We better not be attacked. I mean, I can still operate at full capacity while overweight, in combat at least. I can't run or do much else, but should be fine. Alright, which direction? Dude is so smashed. Strength 25 because I'm overweight. That's pretty funny. Okay, you want to direct me now, or what? We're just gathering in this hallway. Got it?
We should split up here.
Oh.
Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubienka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist...
It's better that you have a protector,
Was
yes.
that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
This
All
way,
right.
Henry.
We'll go. I hope this King Solomon Tavern has a
We'll
chest I
find
can
a
use.
I left a stack of my papers in the tavern.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty important.
Fall into Sigismund's hands. People in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're going to make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
Oh, we definitely will.
Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends
I guess I should
are
follow
guarding
you
the
instead of
place.
walking ahead.
Who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once.
Quite a few times, I would
A lot
imagine,
more,
yes.
I
Yeah.
can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time.
I don't blame you for being afraid. That only makes sense.
Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
Bad. I hear someone up there.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll
Got
gather
it.
up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Alright. Maybe Catherine came down here to help us out. Probably not, but you know. Okay, let's not rob John of Liechtenstein. That seems like a terrible plan. Okay, walking up. Oh, Moses is dead. Not good, not good. And here I am robbing his corpse. Like a good Christian, clearly. Alright, well, that's proof enough for me that people have been in here. Murderer. Yeah, well, you clearly killed the staff who were working here, which I'm not happy about. Shinkirk dead.
Good idea. I knew a bloke who tried that.
Who else?
I don't know, actually.
I can hear people talking, but I don't see them. Someone up top.
Bugger this, not a damn thing here.
Leading Shadow.
Back empty-handed. Eric will give us a bollocking again.
Eric. Yeah, Eric's people. Okay, you're all not looking at me, so... That's fine. Hush. No noise out of you, sir. Oh, he saw that. Oh yeah? Come at me. Okay, let's pull out a weapon. Nope. No music, even.
You want to try me?
I do. Alright. Jacob, dead. I didn't even realize these people had unique names. Because I never really got to know them. I kind of wish we had more time to get to know these people. Because I don't really feel anything for seeing their corpses, because we didn't actually get emotionally invested in these folks. Whoops. Shedenkirk. No chest that I can use, huh? Couldn't be so kind as to leave me a chest. Alright. Ooh, you just killed these people in their beds. Not good. This is stealing, so I won't. It's okay. This door does not function. Fine. Alright, is there anything else hidden up here? Can I climb this? No? Alright. R.I.P. to all you folks. I'm very sorry. So, back down to Samuel. Oh, not Samuel, John.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're
Oh, it is Samuel.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern, too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
Yeah, they're all super dead. Sorry.
If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them.
Well, they knew that the Jewish quarter was harboring John, so... Is your mother alright?
What about your mother? Is she alright?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm sorry about your friends.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamartes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
Don't worry, I'll probably take care of that at some
Plenty
point.
of time for that later. We have to go now.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
I don't know
You
what
go
that
ahead.
is.
I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here...
I can take care of myself. Now go.
Can you, though?
God be with you.
Alright. Let's go. Everyone's fleeing. Yep, I sure wish I could run. That'd be nice. Climb over the wall.
One of them must have head grade.
Get up! We have to get to the shul fast. Can you walk?
Oh, they're blockading.
I can't.
Don't worry. I'll help you. Henry, go and get Mummy. She will be in that house on the left.
Got it. Alright, which is the house on the left? Literally this one here? This door does not function. You in there, ma'am? Okay. I'm extremely overburdened. Hello, hello. I'm looking for you. Yes.
Holy Himmel! What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
He's okay. He's okay.
He's out on
yeah.
the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
I'll be honest.
My name is Henry.
I mean, we might not get a chance later, right? So.
Of course I do.
I'm his son.
Sort of, not really.
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there.
Oh, they're already coming in.
Sam, are you alright?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyards. Follow me.
Alright. Let's go. I'm gonna have my weapon out. I'm gonna trust that you know the way. I hope Samuel survives all this.
They're shooting at us!
What?
From the ramparts! Get rid
Okay.
of them!
Alright. I can do that. I can definitely do that. Can I pull out my weapon? Thank you.
And they're gone.
Next.
Keep going.
Oh, you're running. Okay, that's fine. Through the yards. You got it. I don't like the idea of you being in front of me. What was that? Can I help other people while I'm here? I would really like to help other people. Backyard ambush. Nope. Did I kill her by accident? She's unconscious. Okay, she's up. That's good. None of this. That's right. That's right. Who else? You're just a random townsman, huh? Get down. We good? You okay? Can I talk to you?
I don't know who you are.
Give me
You're welcome. Absolutely. You got it. Well, that was awful. I'm so glad I didn't accidentally kill the lady. I literally would have reloaded if I swung and hit her by accident. Okay. I'm kind of hoping that you're still around here. Oh, there she is. Okay, that's good. If only I could run. Sure wish I could run.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way.
You got it.
Through the house.
Let me in.
Come on, then.
Hello, soldier. That's right. You're still alive somehow. Okay. Nice job. Oh, it's Sam.
Are you alright?
This guy's just spinning in the wall.
We can talk later. Now we have to go.
I don't even want to know what happened here. Just give me your money. I don't need anything else. Dude is literally just pirouetting. Oh! Not good. Ooh. Hey, Kupianka, you do your thing.
Come on. What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? Rather slaughter women? And the defenseless?
Let's go. What's going on up there?
Don't run back, you dumb. Okay? I've got to get involved. Oh, this is bringing back PTSD, isn't it? Nice.
Go inside. Quick.
Samuel, you should stay too, honestly. Let me do this.
To the fucking task.
Huh.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
Alright, you got it. I'm here. Oh, hello, soon-to-be dead man.
Well, now we're really fucked.
Are we?
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
I need to make sure everyone survives this. Absolutely need to make sure. Okay, well, it's a battle. To the task. Ow. Get down already. Thank you. How are you still alive? There you go. Ow. Surrounded. Nope. Don't need you swinging at my buddies. Ow. Getting attacked. Ow. Only dying a little bit. This is fine. Okay. Armored man is down. Ow. Ow. Getting smacked repeatedly. Can I please turn to the other target? Ow. Holy crap. Okay. Well, haven't really had this problem in a while. Okay. Can I heal up? Okay. This is fine. Okay. Come on. Nice. Get down. That's right. Next. Okay. I need to back off a bit, because I'm getting surrounded again. Guy has armor. No. Ow. Ow. Stop spamming, please, sir. Nope. There are so many of these people. Get down. Nope. Okay, nice, nice. Who's next? These people are all on top of him, which is not okay. Just die. Ooh.
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on!
I basically did no riposts and parries. Or Master Strikes. Well, at least we're alive. Oh, that was close. Can we block up that hole, please? Thank you.
God more me. Let's go. It's this way.
Yeah, it's at least a deterrent. They won't want to push through the flames, hopefully. I hope most people got out. Big hope, though.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
I reckon you're right. So am I overfed now, or... I'm okay. Okay, that's good. I did not do very well during that battle, but that's entirely on me. Let's repair Okay, let's repair everything that I actually wear and not all the loot that I'm just carrying on me, and then we can move on, I think. So we'll just do that. And this. What else do I have? Yep. I used the bow a little bit for the first time in ages. Alright.
There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here first.
Yeah, there's quite literally nothing we can do.
Bury them by the side of the road? I am sure the Lord will understand. And if you do not believe me, ask the rabbi. He will surely agree.
Can I talk to you folks?
Where's Miriam?
Oh.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Hear it. Screaming.
Thank you, boy.
Oh, you're welcome.
What will happen to us now?
I'm not sure. Well, time to catch up with Mame, or whatever her name was. Oh.
You alright?
Oh, you're the two I saved earlier.
We are all right. Bezras Hashem. But I was sure they were going to kill us.
Thank you for helping us. For Pikayech Nefesh.
Were there more people I could have helped? I don't know.
Just our thanks.
That's alright. Good luck.
That's alright. Good luck.
To you too, young man. What is your name, anyway?
Henry of Skalitz. Yep.
Henry, if you are ever in Colin and you need something, we will be sure to help you.
Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Have a safe journey. And God be with you.
Yehi rotzen milfonecha Adonai Eloheinu. Velohei avoseinu shetolichenu lesholem.
Sei gesund.
I have no idea what you just said, but I assume that was a blessing.
Even if that happens, it will be able to... What will happen to us?
No clue.
Return, O Lord. How long should thou be wrathful? Have compassion for thy servant.
Rabbi.
Oh, these are all dead too. That
Return,
sucks.
O Lord. How long should thou be
Okay, let me just skip ahead then, because all these people seem to have generic dialogue. Stara, who's this random dude back here? Alright, let's talk.
Are you alright?
You seem kind of drunk too, funnily enough.
Thank you. For everything.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, boy. Have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but... Do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well...
I mean, we might not have another chance.
Alright then. How is Martin actually?
He's a little dead. Yeah.
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh, really? Okay. Only a few months. It feels like so much longer, to be honest.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Man. Well, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm not actually his son, by the way, just so you know.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything alright?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet him?
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlock of schlock.
I don't know what that means. Why'd he leave?
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other.
Oh, I
and did
see.
his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other until one day I was ubore.
Pregnant?
That means pregnant.
Yep, that's what I
Yes.
figured.
My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off.
Oh,
My
so that's how you
husband
came
died.
back with the son,
and he
right?
only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Was Martin not looking for you?
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin, but he did not find out anything at all.
That sucks.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even
How would
if
he have
went
known,
to
right?
the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere
Hey, Samuel, at least you know that Martin didn't abandon you, right?
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
else. No. My father called me a widow, so I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
Fair enough. Did you ever go looking for Martin?
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too.
I'm sorry.
And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the
Yeah.
world. I had to take care of someone. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well,
he was a good man,
he
yeah.
was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I'll keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
True enough.
Look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to
Thanks,
keep
I
you
guess.
this long, but well, I never thought I'd have a brother.
Maybe mention the part where
Even
you're
if
not
not
actually related by blood. There you go. You
I
didn't
did
mention
not
the fact that
expect
you were
that either.
adopted at
And
all,
thank
actually,
you,
by the
my
way,
almost
Henry.
brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
Offload all my gear.
Back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then.
Okay.
But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Makes
Everything
sense.
should be all right now.
Take care of yourselves, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Sounds like a plan.
Sei gesund.
Well, with that out of the way, I guess the only thing I can really do is struggle bus my way back into Kuttenberg and then try to offload some of my gear, or at least find a find an inn to drop off the gear at before rushing off over to the Devil's Den. Unless we have new side quests to potentially do. But I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Yeah, so I guess my only option really is just to continue doing the main story, which is fine. I wouldn't have minded doing another tournament, but that's fine. And these are once again just the fist fighters, so I guess I'm just going to have to call it right here. After I check in with John and Rabbi, of course. John? Well, what's next for you?
You managed to get the documents. What's next for you? Will you go to Jobst, or come with us to the Devil's Den?
I've been thinking about it, and the time for spying is over. There's no one to convince, no one to break, no one to blackmail.
So what then? You going home?
Not yet. Actually, I'll escort these people first. I feel responsible for what happened, and maybe I can at least make up for it a little bit.
Sounds good. See, here's the fun part. In history, John here, Mr. Liechtenstein, he's the one who ends up rescuing King Wenceslas. That doesn't happen until later on in this year, but... And I don't think it... I think it's outside... I don't know. I think that event is outside the scope of this game, unfortunately, but... He's definitely got big things ahead of him, this man. We still have a lot of work to do.
But we still have a lot of work to do. We could surely use a spy master.
A spy master is of no use without his network.
That's true.
Only a few of my people are still here, and I wouldn't bet my life on any of them.
Well, that doesn't matter. Maybe you could be useful in other ways.
No, Henry, I played and I lost. Now it's up to the rest of you.
Sure. I wouldn't expect a spy to have a conscience.
So the court spy and master schemer would rather be an armed escort to these poor souls now? I didn't expect you to be so bothered by conscience.
I may not have been in this world all that long, but I've done a lot of things already.
You still have more to
Some
do,
good,
sir.
Some bad. But unfortunately, even the good ones can have bad consequences.
That's fair, that's true.
So many people dead. Driven out of their homes and into poverty. All that, just because they helped me.
He's a good guy.
There's a war going on.
In this game.
People are dying.
But that
I don't know
doesn't
about
mean
the
we
real
can't
person,
feel
obviously.
Sorry for them.
All right. Have it your way. Have a safe journey, Sir John of Liechtenstein. God be with you.
And with you, Henry of Skalitz. Take care.
Thank you. You too. And Rabbi? We managed to get away.
We survived.
I also need to see if Samuel has
For
anything
a
to say.
while there, I thought we were going to die.
Many have died, indeed. It is a hard trial to go through. So many lives lost, the shul in flames.
I'm so sorry. There was nothing more we could do.
You are right. It was too late. How happy I would be if we could get everyone out. But what is done is done.
So what will you do now?
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of believers. We will try our luck in Colin. Many of us have relatives there.
Do you think you'll be pursued?
Well, the mercenaries might follow us, but hopefully it will not come to that. Chas v'sholem. We will split up into smaller groups, so we don't attract much attention until we get farther away from the town.
That's a decent plan.
Besides, who would chase us when we have nothing? We
Also
left
true.
everything behind in the town.
So the Raborsh agreement fell through.
So the agreement with the lords in Raborsh no longer stands, eh?
What makes you think that? Do you not trust us?
No, I do.
I trust you,
You've
but
lost
you know.
everything.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be able to contribute to our army anymore.
It is true that the Kuttenberg Kehille cannot pay for the army now, but others might, Be'ezras Hashem. Especially when they get word.
Yeah, they're gonna be motivated.
Here.
I heard you ran Martin the blacksmith out of town.
Sarah told me you drove Martin the blacksmith out of town. Why would you do that?
I had my reasons.
Uh-huh.
But if you hadn't done it, he might still be alive.
Life would be a lot different if things had turned out that
What
way.
about you?
Yeah.
If he had not raised you, would you be here today helping us?
No. Probably not. Who knows what my mother would have done without him. God be with you, Rabbi.
Sei gesinnt, and please, watch over Samuel.
I intend to, don't you worry. I'll know what you're up to.
All ablaze.
Yeah, I know, I see. Samuel, I actually forgot to talk to you after our conversation ended with, Sarah, so...
This does not
Oh,
end
never mind.
here. Those brutes of Sigismund's will pay for this.
Here's hoping. Okay, so I just finished reading pretty much every skill book I had in my inventory, which means I'm sitting on a whole bunch of level ups, particularly in my scholarship, which went up again. I'll take that, why not? as well as drinking, alchemy. Oh yes, all of my unarmed went up as well. Pole arms went up. None of this I really care for, but hey, free stuff is free stuff, right? Yeah, I'll take Sundering Blow too, why not? Swords, doesn't really matter which is which. I'm just going to pick that, doesn't matter. Warfare, Rock Solid or Ironclad? Ironclad it is. Okay. And the polearm. I need to think about what I want to use. Pole weapons. I have strength and agility. It matters not to me. Attacking with polearms will cost you 10% less damage. I'll take that. Polearms are kind of jank in this game as far as I can tell, but it's fine. When fighting unarmed, we're fighting unarmed. I don't care about unarmed. Jawbreaker. Why not? I'll do more damage the more combos I land. Now, since I have offloaded some of my stuff, as well as finished reading some of the books, time has now passed, and it's been a day after the attack on the Jewish quarter. So I'm actually just running back over there just to see what the aftermath looks like. I doubt I'll be allowed back in, per se, but I want to see the remnant. People don't seem to have any comments on the situation or anything. Oh, I guess it's just locked off, huh? No, there are still people hanging out. It's not available, but people are still hanging out in there for some reason. Okay. Is there a way back into that area, or is it, like, fully out of bounds? I'm not sure. It's worth running around to take a look, you know, to find out, but it doesn't look that bad, or it doesn't look that much worse for wear, does it? Granted, I doubt any of these doors will function. Nope, that's smashed in, okay. Yeah, so I guess there won't be any way back into the zone from now on. Yeah, because all the doors in are blocked. Who are you? A combat arena? Guard Commander Hans Plumel.
Herzlich willkommen. Mein Herr, what do you need?
What are you doing at this construction site?
I wouldn't expect the head of the guard to be at a construction site. Has something gone missing?
Das stimmt. Actually, so, it isn't lost. These days, people will steal anything that isn't nailed down. And construction sites like these attract bloody thieves like flies to shit.
Fair enough. True. Why are you guarding the construction site?
Wouldn't an ordinary catch pole be enough to guard a construction site?
Ja, das würde reichen. But the monastery gate is the seat of the command of the city guard. And I'm not going to sit up there in the tower freezing my ass off. Plus, as the commander, it is my duty to train the city militia as well as the lads from my watch.
Okay, what's being built here?
What are they building here?
Not building, more like repairing. You may have noticed the city's defenses suffered considerable damage.
Aye. I heard that Sigismund's army attacked the city.
It's not all Sigismund's fault. The consulars have been putting off the repairs for years now.
And now they want to make up for lost time? A bit late, isn't it?
You know, too late. But there's something else behind it.
Oh yeah, what's
since
that?
Sigismund replaced the city council, the new Bürgermeister has been bending over backwards to get people to like him. So there are repairs, construction, even St. Barbara's church is growing right in front of our eyes.
Okay, cool. You could teach me a new fighting technique.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Also gut. Was soll's? I can show you something.
What can I even learn from you? Oh, random
Weißt du, meine
combos.
Truppe I teach mainly to fight with
Why
knives.
not? Why not?
Es ist zwar keine besondere Schwerttechnik, but I can show you a quick way to get your opponent to the ground. Das ist nicht schwierig.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Gut. Also, die Hellebarde. You like to keep your opponent away from your body, right? I'll show you how to get him on the ground. Also,
Sounds good.
zunächst, you stab the man in the belly, and as he swerves, you pull out your weapon and cut his leg with a hook. Nun, wenn du willst, you can finish it all by putting him back on his feet with an uppercut to his chin. Und jetzt, come try it out a few times, mein Freund.
Okay, well, that's cool, I guess. Thanks. But yeah, so it looks like the Jewish quarter is no longer accessible, and John did mention that he was going to block off the secret tunnel as well. So maybe now, moving forward, we are just not allowed in there anymore.
I'd like to learn a new
Alright, teach me the new left hook thing.
Berg is a stadt full of bergmänner. Here you need to be able to break up every fight with a few slaps. I have one good punch. I think it might come in handy for you. Willst du's mir
Noted.
zeigen?
Teach me.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Ja, genau. The best thing is to resolve things nice and easy. With a couple of slaps and fertig. And this always works. Also,
Does it now?
You jump towards the man, and with a wide arc, you get around his cover and hit him with your fist in his temple. The advantage is that it will also disorient him even if he has a helmet on his head. You just have to do it with the palm of your hand.
Yeah, but this
Yes,
is an unarmed
come
skill.
try
I'm
it
not
out
going to
a
be
few times, my
fighting
friend.
soldiers with my bare hands, so... Alright.
Und? Es ist doch gut, oder?
Alright, thank you, sir. So, with that discovery now complete, it is time for me to ride off to the Devil's Den. I think we're going to have to call it right here. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw here today and that you're doing well wherever you are. This has been Karst with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and we'll catch you next time as we continue the main story. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. We'll see you then. Bye-bye now.